So the gallery represents some really great mixtures of Aboriginal people's items mixed with European, and Winnipeg kind of became this hub with Upper Fort Garry and Lower Fort Garry nearby, and so even before Winnipeg was Winnipeg, this area of Manitoba was just rich for Hudson's Bay Company, where they did most of their operations, and how they began to expand westward and further north all happened starting right here in Manitoba. This is a York boat, and it's named after York Factory, which was a giant fur trade post on the mouth of the Hayes River. And so these boats were manned by a number of men who would pack these giant fur bales, each weighing 90 pounds, moving goods inland for the fur trade post. So these are the things that European traders were going to trade for the furs coming in, and then they'd use the same boats to take all the furs up to York Factory. They'd hop on a much bigger ship and go overseas to Europe for the fur trade. They realized that the clothes they wore in England were not suitable for Canada winters, so they started adapting to wear moccasins and some of the moose hide and caribou hide coats. And so you start to see this beautiful mix between these different cultures meeting and merging together, and different groups adopting certain things but on their own terms. It's basically how certain areas of Canada were discovered and mapped, and how we learned about a lot of the different Aboriginal peoples living throughout the country. All of that happened through this kind of migrating Hudson's Bay Company that kept merging further west and further north as they grew their business. If you're interested in weaponry, we've got the swords and the guns. If you're interested in clothing, we've got beadwork, quill work, all kinds of amazing decorative clothing items. There's furs for kids to touch. If you've never felt an Arctic fox, you wouldn't know why they're so important to the fur trade, but you can go to the trading post and you can feel the Arctic fox. All of that can be seen right here in the gallery, including watercraft. I always tell people to look up when they're in the gallery because there's canoes, kayaks, all that right in the rafters. You get a snapshot of the best parts of Canada right here in this one room.